So you know Lord of the Rings, right? Yeah, that one. Well, apparently there's a series of less-known works called The Letters from Father Christmas. Now, starting in 1920, J.R.R. Tolkien would write these letters, these short little stories or pieces of literature for his three children from 1920 to 1943 as they grew up. Now, this series expanded upon the world of the North Pole, with the characters of Santa Claus and his assistant/editor, the Polar Bear. Now, I would recommend reading this, especially during the Christmas season, and I have decided to draw some of the characters. Well, two of the main characters and the house as mostly described by Santa Claus in his letters. And as you notice, I've lended my voice. I thought about this for a while, and after basically seeing other people do it, other YouTubers, I've decided to work on this as well. So, in that case, this will be my early Christmas gift to you all. Now to start out, when I started this, I listed out a couple of main traits. First deciding to Father Christmas, the Polar Bear, and the Snowman, and figuring out a palette. I would soon later decide that I wouldn't work on the Snowman and instead replace him with the House of Father Christmas. I would then first do Father Christmas. Now, how this worked was that I wanted to see, obviously he would be heavy set, so I made his body a little bit thicker and lower to the ground, basing his design on Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, as well as, many famous or well-known renditions of the big guy in the North Pole, with all the reds, the brown. I gave him heavy set boots and a big sack. So as it's timeless plays, you can see how I would give him the rosy cheeks. Now forgive me if the face seems uncanny in any way, because I'm terrible with human faces. Now next up I will start with Polar Bear, which was the one that I was most excited for. Now I based its design off of a little bit from Uncle Boomy from The Legend of Korra, but mainly after seeing some of the art from Brother Bear. That one. That Disney movie that was kind of forgotten but has a huge impact on my childhood. So I basically gave him a giant quill, a thick quill, and in the book or in the letters, he will put in these little pieces of notes he'll write himself, and in the literature it's thick, kind of like a Sharpie pencil or one of those rectangular kinds. And I basically had him sit down writing something with his glasses just his glasses, because most of the time he's just not wearing any clothes, and I bet that he wears glasses when he's editing Santa's letters to the children. The last thing I did was the workshop. Now this one was the one that I based mostly off of the inspiration. Now when you look at it head on, it's just a simple dome-shaped igloo scale structure with a door and reddish light. But I expanded upon it because it's been let's say 80-ish years since the last letter was written, so I decided to expand upon the house a little bit, adding some lamps, or more like a tower, adding a tower, a back storage area, and another thing, and I'm guessing this would be a couple or probably 3 to 4 stories high, using the brush pins or the brush in Procreate. I decided to give it this illustrated look, reminiscent of like the style you will find when reading the book multiple times. And besides, I decided to add that light tower because when you read the book or read some of the letters, at least the early ones, I only like read the first couple letters or at least the first half of the book. A lot of the times this house goes through a lot of structures. For example, one time the polar bear knocked off the North Pole. By the way, Santa's house is right next to the North Pole. Knocks out a piece of the North Pole and it crashes into the new house, causing them to go to a cliffside house. I replaced the red like red windows with something yellow to add something warm. And in terms of the the atmosphere, I just caused it to have like that dark blue go into the dark blue as a soft light layer over it all, and adding some like shade or like blur for the lights. And that would be them. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I can do some more of these. Hopefully my voice is not uncanny, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Merry Christmas and God bless you all.